Yo, yo.
Yo, yo. Oh, let me mute stream real fast. It's turned on stream. Alright guys, what's going on? How's it going, Keytoy? How's everybody doing? A little bit of a late stream today. Starting at 4 p.m. instead of typically around 3:30ish. Very, very busy this weekend and this week. I was hoping to have the alerts back up by today, but it's been pretty damn hectic, so probably have the alerts back up in the next few days. I still haven't received a message from TradingView, so they haven't told me they fixed the bug. But I'm just going to go ahead and put the alerts back up and hope the bug is at least somewhat fixed. So our alerts in Discord should be back up in the next few days. No promises, but it should be at least bare minimum Bitcoin and Ethereum will be back up. The altcoins might take a little bit longer, probably towards this weekend. But those will be good to go pretty soon. What else do we have going on? Did I not show my screen yet? Here we go. Here's the screen. We had a few trades over the weekend. If you guys are in the Discord, Sticky and I both took some trades over the weekend. I had a trade that I took. Where is it? That short that we were talking about. I closed the remaining portion of my short down here during the accumulation, which was a perfect short because then we barred it all the way back up. Sadly, I closed my long hedge at around the top of this accumulation. I thought it was going to resist and fail downward, and I never reopened it. If I reopened my long hedge here, we would be spot on for basically all of November. I shorted, I longed, I shorted. So another one of my trades that I took over the weekend, I shorted 90.75, which was almost the top of this move here. I was only going for a scalp though, so I closed it at 1.5%. Basically, as soon as it started to find support right here, I closed it. Because I was not going for a long-term trade. I was just going for a quick little in and out trade off of this little bear div we had. We had a bear div on the 15. It was failing VWAP. It was giving a pivot on the OTS. So it was a beautiful short opportunity for a scalp. I took it. I took my 1.5% profit and I got out. But it actually ended up barting all the way back down. And I could have taken a nice little 6% or 5% profit. So it could have been a major trade, but I was looking at it as a scalp, so I'm not mad at myself for taking profit a little early on that one. I posted in Discord talking about how you can't be mad at yourself for taking good trades like that, because I had zero drawdown. We were never negative on that trade, and I took a 1.5% profit on a full-size trade. If you trade like that every single day, you'll be a fucking millionaire in no time. Like, those trades are beautiful. No drawdown, 1.5% gain on a quick little in and out trade. That's fantastic. So you can't be mad about that. Could I have taken like 3, 4, 5%? Yeah, maybe, but it was a great trade nonetheless. So I'm not worried about missing that entire move down. We're currently sitting at about almost 30% up on the month. So we're doing very well compared to October. So I'm not going to be trading very aggressively for the remaining of November. Seeing that we're already up 30%. I don't want to give away my profit like I did in October. So we're going to be taking probably little trades here and there. Probably 1x positions. 1x as in my size. It's a little confusing, but 1x size on my high risk account is actually 2 to 3x leverage. Which is actually less now because I'm up 30%. So it's actually about 1.5x leverage. So to go back to a 2x leverage, I'd have to go up a little bit more. But it's more leverage on my high risk account because I want to match the position size on my HR account that my main account takes. So at the end of the month, when we calculate net gain and loss, it's the same value. But yeah, so we took those two trades over the weekend. Did very well. Could have closed for more, but we had a really good weekend. Basically caught the bottom of this short, and we shorted the top of this move, so we're trading very well right now. The market is becoming a lot cleaner than it was the past few months. You're definitely seeing a lot of Barts and a lot of retraces, but the way that it's retracing is a lot more predictable than what it was doing in like October. Like this was a very predictable failure. This was a very predictable accumulation. So these moves are very predictable. You can also take a look at trading light here, and you saw this liquidity grab. You started to distribute. Once you broke the low of the distribution, you had that massive failure down, and you saw that bounce right down here on this liquidity. So you did have some strong liquidity down here, and you started to bounce right off of it. And now we're starting to see a little bit of support come in. We got a slight wall starting to build here around 88.50, but nothing major. Just a little bit of a bear flag. High volume, low volume pullback. We'll see what it does. Losing this accumulation is pretty hardcore for the bulls, because now if we push back up, which we tried to do here, this entire accumulation is now resistance. So if we look back at our chart here, I'm really glad that I didn't take this trade, because it wasn't giving a very strong deviation trade. Because if you look back at this distribution, you can see we broke the distribution, we popped back up, and we regained this, making this a distribution deviation once you regain the low, but you never regain the low on a strong support. You were immediately dojiing and pushing downward. So I did not take that trade. I actually took that trade to the downside instead of the upside. And then we pushed all the way back down, and look where we bounced. We bounced right off that level that we've been watching for weeks now. That's a very old level. That is that doji from way back when in October. And that's exactly where we bounced. So if you guys haven't watched my doji videos, I just released another doji video yesterday. So make sure you go to the YouTube and you watch those videos, because these levels are catching these moves almost to the dollar. And I've been talking about this for almost 2 years now, so there's no reason you guys shouldn't be able to look at a chart and find my doji levels. We've been talking about this almost every single day for nearly 2 years. So make sure you guys understand that system. I think Sticky took a few longs over the weekend. You closed your longs, didn't you? For a little profit?
2%-ish profit.
Did you short that high, or were you in no trade?
I was in no trade. I should have shorted that, like basically where I exited, but
yeah, I'm starting to do that more on my high risk account, where if I'm like exiting my long, I always ask myself, like, would I short here? And then if I would, I just flip it, because that's something that I struggle with on my main account. But yeah, you can take a look at the VWAP here. This was a beautiful failure of the VWAP upper band on the 3-day VWAP. You also had a perfect touch of this 3-day VWAP close. You see these little crosses here? This is the 3-day VWAP close from the previous 3-day period. And we popped up, we used it as resistance, and we started to fail downward. That's exactly where I shorted. I shorted once we failed this little section right here. This is a free indicator, by the way. If you guys are in Discord, this is available to all of our Discord members. And it's a very strong indicator. I use it on a daily basis. And you can also see how we failed downward. We tried to find support here on the 3-day VWAP. And then we broke downward. Tried to find support on the pivot. Broke downward again. And then we wicked the 3-day VWAP, the lower band. And then we popped up and gave us a nice little 1-hour pivot. And now that 1-hour pivot is our current local low. So as long as that 1-hour pivot holds, we are slightly forming a bottom here. Hey, Casper, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. He said, imagine not having a fully automated system. I'll be putting this on for background noise. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I've been watching all your videos, Caspers. I watched all 3 of them the past few days. I'm currently taking a course in Python, so it's actually perfect timing that you're releasing videos on how to build like charts and indicators in Python. It's fantastic timing. So please keep those videos coming. I'll definitely keep watching them. If you guys are into Python coding, if you're into trading stuff, doing trading stuff in Python, make sure to check out Shiba's YouTube. What's your here, I'll pull it up on my screen here. I'm so bad with YouTube. I'm struggling to find how do I get to your channel. Oh, here we go. I can just check my history. There it is. So his channel is Sheba Casper. I'll post it in chat here. He only has 3 videos so far, but they are pretty good videos. Definitely check him out. You said you're making one right now while you do your stuff. Your crypto screener is what we make next. Just a bit better. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. No, I definitely have plans to make a lot of stuff like that, like screeners and different like indicator. What would you call them? I guess screeners. Just different screeners for different indicators. I definitely have plans to do stuff like that once I fully understand Python. Yeah, people just don't want to learn, man. They don't want to learn how to code. They don't want to learn how to use a different language. I've got some coding experience because of the indicators. I've done a lot of PineScript, and thankfully PineScript is pretty similar to Python. It's not, obviously not the same, very, very different in different ways. But it's similar enough to where I can see them doing things in my course, and I'm like, okay, I know how to do that. Because I've done a lot of logical stuff in PineScript. But yeah, I've got a whole like notebook of ideas that I want to do in Python. We'll see if we can pull them off. I want to look at the daily raindrop bars here. Let me get rid of the Ichimoku. Yeah, so we failed the 100 moving average there on the daily, and we actually used it as a resistance. You saw that blue raindrop doji there, and then we nuked downward. It's funny, right before I went to bed, I told Sticky and Gyro in Discord that I'm going to bed. Most likely Bitcoin's going to nuke, and then not even like 10-20 minutes later it started nuking. So me sleeping is one of the best indicators for trading, obviously. I should just make a bot that buys or sells when I go to bed. Python is limited. You know where to find me if you need me anyways. I'm going to let you do your thing. Keep on going, buddy, and tell the Trendspider guys to give me free access. Sorry, man. Appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, if I ever need help on Python, if I ever get stuck, man, I'll send you a message for sure. I'm down to chat with you in voice chat sometime as well. I'm pretty fucking busy this week, but we'll find some time. I'm very beginner right now, so I can't even talk about Python as of right now. I want to at least finish this course that I'm doing, and then I'll probably start building some things out. I want to do a lot of visualization type stuff. We'll see how that goes. Very ugly raindrop here on the daily. If we're looking at TrendSpider, you can see most of the volume is towards that second half of the day, towards the bottom of the candle. Very indicative of a continuation move down. So unless we can pop up and regain this upper range of the candle towards like 88, 89, it's not looking too good. I don't give a damn about programming knowledge. I care more about how you think. Yeah, that makes sense. See, like stuff like this when you're using the 3-day VWAP is a very good opportunity because you can see that wick. Once it closes, you can see how it closed outside the band. And then you have the next few candles that are kind of holding that band. It's just like a Bollinger Band. And then you can pop back up there. You see that massive, look at that div there on the Momo. You have a massive bull div on the Momo, which gave you a beautiful buying opportunity. That was at like 5 a.m. though, so clearly I wasn't trading that. This was a beautiful trading opportunity because you had a bear div into a bull div. You could have literally just traded it div to div, and you would have caught the entire move. I shorted this div, but I took profit around here. So I caught that little move there. Because typically, if this wasn't a Bart, typically what you see during these moves, you see like a breakout and you see a div. They'll pull back and they'll break that low, but then they'll find support and start to push back up. You don't very often see it just completely retrace all the way down. That's not very common. Let's take a look at Ethereum here. So Ethereum, pretty much similar. You got a accumulation coming in. Small little bull div right here gave you a buy signal. Popped up, you're failing your resistance. So you have a ton of resistance here with all your moving averages and VWAP. And then you have your pivots and your VWAP levels up here. So massive resistance moving forward above until you get above 188. Once you get above 188, you're starting to look a lot better. Now, I typically don't use the VWAP on, or 3-day VWAP on the altcoins. It's a little too choppy. I still haven't been trading altcoins because my alerts aren't ready yet. And I've been doing so well on my Bitcoin trading that I don't want to spread myself too thin. This is a really hard situation here because this move is just really ugly. Like if you look at the daily, this is a pretty awful move. You broke the 72 moving average, you popped back up, failed the 72, instantly retraced. You broke your doji support. Your doji support is around 8,800. So if you can't regain 8,800, this looks like it wants to retrace all the way back down towards like 82. And you can see here that if you look at this doji right here, look at where we bounced. You can see just off this beautiful little doji here, we could have caught the low of that move. Very, very perfect level there. Not sure where I'm pulling this level. I think this is a 4-hour pivot and doji, which gave us another nice little trade there. But yeah, overall, Bitcoin's not looking too good here. Really not. Weekly looks terrible.
Only the hourly looks like good for a small scalp up.
Yeah.
At least on EXO. I don't think it would break like 89.50.
Yeah.
That would be like the top.
Yeah, you can see you have a volume gap here. I can almost see it without even using volume profile. There's probably a gap. Yeah, 89.50. There's probably a gap there. Let's see. What was that on the hourly? Here we go. Yeah, there's a gap there. 89.50. All the way down to like 89. You've got a gap. You can see with just basic price action techniques, when you have these engulfing bars, you have no accumulation or distribution in this range right here. If you don't see accumulation or distribution, that gives you a gap. Is the battle royale over?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Well, it's the grand finals or whatever, right?
Yeah, I like the bid ask. I like the bid ask thing they got going. What's the CVD? Negative 164. Yeah, it's pretty bad. When did it flip? Yeah, see, this is one of my favorite fucking things on CVD, is look at where the CVD flipped from green to red. You flipped to red right on this candle here, and then you nuked. It went from positive 145 million. I think it reset because it resets after, I think it's every day, I believe. So you went from 145 million to 1.5, 13 million, 10 million. Then you flipped to 13 million negative, and then negative 58, negative 86, negative 143, just getting nuked. And then you stayed negative all the way to now. How'd you extend your lines?
I didn't really do anything. There was always like that.
Oh, okay. I don't think mine are extended. I can't remember. They might be.
Mine was like default like that whenever I turned them on.
Okay. Mine might be. I can't remember. I need to check. Yeah, guys, I spoke to the ExoChart developer, and I asked him if he wanted to join us on stream for a video. He said that since ExoChart is so new right now, they don't plan on doing any, or he doesn't plan on, because he's the only guy. He doesn't plan on doing any like advertising on videos or live streams or anything currently. But I am going to have a private discussion with him off stream. So if you guys have any like questions or anything crazy that you want me to ask him about the platform, feel free to put it in chat or send me a message on Discord or whatnot. Because I'm gonna have a conversation with him later this week, most likely. And I'll probably push off doing my ExoChart order flow video for a little bit later. Hopefully get him involved. He did say something that I really liked. He said that he watched my content and he thinks that I'm the only content creator that's currently using ExoCharts properly. So he hasn't seen anybody on YouTube or anybody else using it properly. So me and Sticky are definitely going to start posting more content using ExoCharts. Which we even talked about on stream not too long ago, how a lot of people don't understand how to use footprints or order flow analysis. It is definitely very confusing stuff, so don't blame them.
Like the simplest part of it though is like if you want to trade a breakout and you're not using a footprint, you literally have no information on whether that breakout is going to happen or not. So if you like trading breakouts, you probably want to use footprints.
Yeah, it's basically like you have like a crystal ball almost. You're not seeing the future, but you're seeing into what is actually happening behind the scenes. You're seeing into what's going on in the candles and where the players are battling each other. you're definitely getting a better view of what's going on instead of just being kind of like, what the fuck is happening? Why is it breaking out like this? Why is it wicking? You just have no idea why it's doing the things it's doing unless you're looking at a chart like exo charts. You see Bybit? You see what Beaver just posted in Discord? Bybit is starting a trading competition right after FTX is ending. That's hilarious.
I think, yeah, I think FTX is more volume than Bybit now.
Yeah, FTX is definitely, it's one of those exchanges that they already had a good reputation because the team behind them has a good reputation. So when they started an exchange, you didn't have to sit there and ask yourself like, okay, are they sketchy? Like, what's going to happen? They kind of already had a decent reputation behind them, so people weren't too worried about throwing money at their exchange.
Does Bybit have like the maker taker fees like BitMEX?
I have no idea. I've never used them.
Or are you paying fees both ways?
It says get 20% off taker fees, so I'm guessing they have both. Oh, do you mean like a rebate? You're talking about like
Yeah, the rebate.
a maker rebate. You should almost every exchange should have a maker rebate.
FTX doesn't have a maker rebate.
Yeah,
That's
that
the only
sucks.
shit thing about it.
Are there fees for taker lower than BitMEX?
I believe so. The funding is definitely cheaper. But I've pretty much concluded that their leverage tokens are pretty much garbage.
Yeah, I've seen their Moon and Doom things, and I always thought they were fucking shady as hell because, like you said, I think what were you trading, like BNB or something, and it like went down, and the Doom token did bad.
Yeah, like I was trading Ethereum, and the daily was pretty positive, like for the entire. But the Moon token was going down, so it didn't really make sense because it's not based off like you enter a position at 8,000 at 10x leverage, it goes up $80. You make 10% or whatever. Because it resets your position every day based on the daily percentage move. I guess it's like good for gambling if you want to have like a little bit of money left over
Yeah, like
instead of getting
volatile
like
moves, maybe.
yeah. Because I think if you were to buy it at the 7400 level on the moon token and then basically hold it through um, basically the top of the pump, you're making almost 200% more on the moon token than you are on a regular 10x position, just because of how the daily percentage works on the moon position.
Hmm. So Sticky was pointing out something with the OTS that we've talked about a little bit before. When you regain these orange pivots, it indicates that the uptrend wants to continue. And we've regained this orange pivot here, but it's still pulled back and it's still testing it, so it's not confirmed just yet. And as you can see, the difference between this and this is that the OTS is not green yet. It's not bullish. The OTS is still in a choppy trend. But if we're able to get a green candle here and bounce off of this pivot and turn the OTS bullish, that could be a very, very strong indication that we are going to continue higher. Because you can look at all of these orange pivots. As soon as it turns white again and you break that pivot, it continues higher. What were you saying?
And vice versa. If we lose the pivot and the trail flips, it's
Donezo. Yeah, it's gonna get nuked. That's what I was just about to say on the weekly. If you look at the Momo, it's hideous. It's absolutely dog shit. The Momo has lost its uptrend. So we've lost our uptrend on the trend line, meaning long term. So long term, we've lost our uptrend, which is pretty damn close. 10 is like the uptrend line. We're currently at 9.2. So we lost it. We tried to regain it, then we failed. The short term momentum tried to cross zero here. It did cross zero. You gave us a little bit of bullish momentum on this last little candle. But now we're nuking again. So now the short-term momentum is getting ready to recross downward. This is hideous. If I was looking at this Momo setup on any other coin, excuse me, I'd be shorting it into the ground. The only reason I wouldn't short Bitcoin here into the ground is because it's Bitcoin. It's doing very well fundamentally right now when it comes to getting awareness and all these other fucking things going on like backed and whatnot. It's doing much better now than it was doing a year or two ago. So it's kind of hard to short it here. But if we do lose this pivot and the trail flips red like Sticky was saying, it's hard to see the trail right now, but it's under the candle basically. The trail is at 89.76. So if this trail flips red, it will probably flip to about 9,500-ish. It's going to start pushing price down, and it's probably going to get pushed down pretty heavily, probably down to like at least 75, maybe like 68-ish, because this is a weekly time frame. So if we lose this support here, it's not looking very good. And I've already talked about this line right here. This is like that line in the sand that we need to break, that 95, 9600 range. Because you have that low of the distribution, you failed downward, you popped up and retested that distribution, and now we're failing downward. So if you look at all of my accumulation distribution videos and watch my examples, this is a perfect shorting opportunity. You would have shorted this, and you're just holding it all the way down. Now, I didn't short that pullback due to that being the fourth largest move in Bitcoin we've ever seen. It's really hard to short a move like that. But now in hindsight, it was kind of just a fake out, and now we're seeing a continuation move downward. And you'd currently be up like almost 10% on a short if you took that move down. Hey, Nader. What's going on, man? Yeah, no problem, man. You missed my comment earlier, but I did talk to the guy, the founder of Exochart, and I will be talking to him later this week. So I will be asking him a lot of questions about the software and whatnot. So I'll probably be doing the order flow video sometime after me and him have our little chat. So I'm gonna push that order flow video out a little bit. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I asked him to be on stream, but he said he doesn't want to do any public advertising like stream or videos just yet because it's so new of a platform, which I agree with. Hey, Angus. Yeah, it's definitely not looking too promising. I'm currently flat, by the way. You can see at the top left of my screen, I have no trades on Bitcoin. Currently flat. Still long Zuo, still long TVIX, but no crypto trades are currently open. I'm still waiting on a pullback on UWT. I was gonna long today if we saw some strength, but we didn't see any strength, so I did not put in a long. It looks like it is ready to take off though. The weekly is regaining this trend. The daily's regaining this trend. It looks pretty good. You have like a rising wedge here though. It's a little sketchy. If we pull back down towards like 1050, 1070 and hold as support, that could be a really good buying opportunity. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm still watching the weekly on Ethereum like a hawk. I really think the weekly on Ethereum is one of the best crypto charts that we have right now. The short-term momentum on the Momo is starting to gain, and we have not flipped the long-term momentum just yet, but we are definitely flipping short-term. It's still gray, so you still haven't entered a downtrend, you still haven't entered an uptrend. You're still below the trail, so nothing's perfect just yet. But this weekly accumulation on Ethereum is very, very strong. And typically when you see weekly accumulation like this, and then you see the gain in momentum on the Momo, that's very indicative of a strong impulse move up. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on Ethereum. I'm thinking about switching all of my holdings on Coinbase. It's not a whole lot, but I have some money in like Mana and a few other like little coins. I'm probably going to just switch it all to Ethereum pretty soon and just hold it until like 250-ish, 225, 250. But if Bitcoin nukes, which it looks like it could easily, it's definitely going to pull Ethereum down. So I'm still waiting. No confirmation just yet on Ethereum. Do you trade futures? No, I don't trade futures anymore. I used to trade futures a few years ago. I stopped trading futures when I started trading crypto. I stopped trading futures because I didn't have enough capital at the time to really feel comfortable trading futures, and I did not really have all the tools that I have today to help me trade. Back when I traded futures, I did not have any of my own indicators. I was just using built-in indicators and kind of building my own strategies. So I wasn't doing exceptionally well. I was making a lot of money, losing a lot of money back and forth. But I did not. I didn't trade at the level that I trade now, so it was very hard. If I went back to futures, which I plan on doing in the next few years, I think I would do very well, because I did decent back then for my trading. Like my execution was not bad, my risk management was bad, and like following my rules was pretty bad. But if I went back and used my current indicators and all my different setups that I have now, I think I would actually do pretty well. So I think I'll definitely go back and trade within the next few years, probably. But for right now, crypto and stocks is basically where I'm focusing my attention. Do you trade? Oh, I answered that. I love your videos on volume profile. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, volume profile is my #1 video on YouTube. I think we broke 6,000 views already. So that video is doing exceptionally well. I really appreciate you guys giving that video likes and views and giving me great feedback in the comments. That video is fantastic. It's doing fantastic feedback-wise. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to post stuff in the comments and whatnot. It's funny if you search how to trade volume profile, my videos on the first page, I was actually the top video for like a week or two. I was the #1 video that would pop up. But now I'm pushed down to like the 5th or 6th or something, but we're still doing very well. We're on the front page, which is very good. My accumulation distribution videos do very well as well. I think people really like the really advanced techniques. Hey Radu, what'd you say? You said a hard fork for Ethereum in December the 4th, probably. I didn't know that. What's going on with that? Might be some sort of catalyst. Last time it worked. What's going on with the hard fork? Wasn't the last hard fork like Ethereum Classic? I believe it was. Remember the Constantinople hard fork? Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yep. Yeah, I like Ethereum long term. I think a lot of people are bearish on Ethereum long term, but I think it's pretty good. Their weekly chart is fantastic. I don't know about any fundamentals, like any hard forks or whatnot. Do they do the same thing that Bitcoin does with like the halvenings? Because I know what's Bitcoin having, it's having in like less than 200 days or something. It's just a system upgrade. Is that having thing specific to Bitcoin, or does Ethereum and like the other cryptos do that as well? It's good news that something still gets developed. Yeah, that's true. I know Vladimir Putin and like the Russian government are heavily invested in Ethereum. Very nice 4-hour pivot here on Ripple. If you can break above like 320, 3,200. Oh yeah, here was my short trade that I took over last week. Took the short, closed half at the bottom, and then closed half right up here. My average was 6% on that trade. That was a forex leverage trade, so we made 22% of our account on that trade. Or sorry, 24%. 24% of our account on that trade. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Was that rumors about Putin on Ethereum? I watched a bunch of videos back in the day on YouTube, and I read some articles about like the Russian government investing heavily in Ethereum. Is that all bullshit? I haven't read about it in like probably 4, 5, 6 months, but I know back in the day it was very, very popular. Just Bitcoin and Litecoin have halvenings? Okay. Yeah, Severin, I think it's true. It looked true to me. I read a few articles, watched some videos. You can't really trust anything in the crypto space, so who knows, but it looked accurate to me. Like I said, though, it's pretty old, though. Probably 6 months ago. Probably towards the bottom of 2019. Why don't you use bigger leverage if you only trade with 1% of your account? I don't only trade with 1% of my account. No, I'm trading cross. I'm trading forex of my entire account. I only trade cross. And I was using forex leverage, meaning I was using forex the dollar value of my account during that trade. Cross is not dangerous at all, man. I've ranted about cross many times on stream. Cross is only dangerous to people who don't understand it. And I fully understand cross. I fully understand BitMEX. I fully understand all the trading techniques that or trading systems that go into BitMEX. Cross is not dangerous in any way, shape, or form. Like I said to people on stream many times before, cross is the only thing that you should use if you're trading the way that I am trading. There is no reason to use anything but cross if you are trading the way that I am trading. The leverage slider, the 1x, 5x, 10x, 25x, yada yada. It's like how do I put this? It's a trick, basically. They're using stuff like that to get you to gamble, basically. They want you to get liquidated. They want you to lose your money. Because they make more money when you don't know what you're doing. And when you use different forms of leverage on that leverage slider. All you need is stop losses, man. All you need is stop losses, and nothing matters. Bitcoin could pump $100,000. As long as I have a stop loss, it does not matter what I'm using. Cross is not 100x. People think cross is 100x because they don't understand BitMEX's system. Cross is a way to use your entire account as your money bag. Yeah, Angus, but I don't think I'm going to get enough slippage to go from a 2x leverage position into getting liquidated. That would have to be ungodly slippage. That's illegal slippage, basically. That's like not even possible. That is market manipulation at its finest. There is no possible way for me to get liquidated without some kind of market manipulation from BitMEX themselves. The way that I trade with Cross, it is impossible for me to get liquidated unless BitMEX does some shady shit.
Pull all the asks off the book and stall your order.
If they basically don't accept my order and they manipulate the books, that is the only way for me to get liquidated. The highest leverage that I trade on BitMEX, the highest, when I'm adding into my positions, I'm going balls to the wall, is 5x. I'm not an extremely risky trader. I used to be an extremely risky trader, and I lost a lot of money. Why not use the slider to 3x? Because it's the same exact thing as what I'm doing. I'm just using a stop loss. So I'm using cross, and I'm just setting I'm building my contracts to whatever value I would like, and then I'm just using a stop loss to protect my account. Cross is a good thing to teach people how to trade properly. Because if you're using cross and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're gonna get liquidated. And you deserve to get liquidated. Because if you're trading with very high leverage and you don't know what you're doing, you deserve to lose your money. I'm sorry to tell you that, but cross is there to teach you a lesson. 99.9% of traders don't know what the fuck they're doing, Severin. The majority of traders don't know what they're doing. The majority of traders lose money. So
Cross is 100x, right?
yeah, exactly. So to any kind of, I don't know, I forgot the word for it, but any kind of majority, I lost the words. Like taking an argument like you just made, like how you say like the majority of traders do this, the majority of traders do that. That's not a good argument because the majority of traders suck. It's like taking a group of people with the IQ of 50 on average and saying because there's 100 people in this group, what they say is actually smart. I would rather take one guy with the IQ of 135 or 140 than 100 people with the IQ of 100. You're the first one who recommends cross? Yeah, but how many people do you see that actually trade profitably? Hey, Sheba, you said not talking about leverage and such, but I have zero trust in Arthur. I feel you, man. I feel you. But at the end of the day, if BitMEX is going to fuck me and liquidate my account, they could just click a button and steal my money any time of day. So if Arthur and BitMEX want my money, they already have my money. See what I'm saying? So you can't be afraid of, what if BitMEX does this? What if BitMEX does that? If they want your money, they already have it. What are you going to do if he just takes your money? There's nothing you can do. Well said, most traders lose money. Yeah. The funny thing about that is the majority of traders lose money, right? But you can't counter trade them because they've already done studies of counter trading traders and you still lose. Trading is just very difficult. Because even being a contrarian trader, you'll still lose most of the time. Not afraid of anything from X, same opinion? Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't fear BitMEX in any way. If they want my money, they have it. I'm not gonna live in fear of they're gonna take my money one day. Now I would live in fear if I was on another exchange like Bybit or some other shady exchange. But most of these big exchanges, FTX, BitMEX, Deribit, I don't think they're gonna do anything shady. I have some stuff from the past, and that's the reason why I don't trust them, but I still use the platform. Yeah, let me clarify. There's definitely a difference between fully trusting BitMEX and just not being afraid of BitMEX. I don't fully trust BitMEX. There's no chance in hell that I fully trust them, but I'm not afraid of them. Scam wicks on BitMEX? There's scam wicks on everything. There is so much arbitrage trading in crypto now that nearly every major exchange, their price action is going to be identical because of arbitrage, which is that's a good thing. It does suck that they're arbitraging scam wicks, but it's a good thing that you see the same price action on multiple exchanges. That means that the market is growing. That means that the arbitrage and the market makers are actually doing their job. If BitMEX or Binance closes another Mt. Gox. See, the funny thing is, I don't trust Binance that much anymore. Binance has been doing some shady shit.
They're spread too thin now.
Yeah. They seem like they're making bad business decisions, and they could wake up one day and be like, you know what, guys? We could just take this money and run. The market is growing for bots and HFT. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. This is crypto. Scam wicks are everywhere. Exactly. Yeah. Like I told you guys from day one, trading crypto is almost the exact same thing as trading penny stocks. If you're someone who shits on penny stock traders and you're a crypto trader, you're being a massive hypocrite. Because it is damn near the same exact thing. I used to trade penny stocks every fucking day for over a year. And I can tell you this is damn near the same thing. I would actually prefer penny stocks. May I ask you why you think Bybit is shady? I've talked about it on stream before. I don't have any like hard evidence or anything to back what I say. They just give me a bad feeling. Like the way that they go about their advertising and like their the way of them getting like content creators to spread the awareness for their platform, the way that they have like a Ponzi scheme-esque affiliate system, it just gives me a bad feeling. I don't know. No, my real name isn't Deja. It's close to your real name. It would be a cool real name though, for sure. No, my name originates from Deja Vu. My gamer name on Steam and like back in the day when I was playing video games a lot was Deja Vu. And then when I went to streaming, I switched it to Deja Brew because Deja Vu was taken. Yeah, man, it's being a little crazy. It's definitely Barting up, Barting down, doing typical Bart season shit. I think overall it's pretty bearish. If we can't regain like 8,800 short term, it's bad. If we can't regain 95, 9,600 long term, it's very bad. So definitely, if I had to flip a coin or if I had to pick like bullish or bearish, I would definitely lean bearish. For long term. Short term, like Sticky was saying earlier, the hourly looks like a decent scalp, but you kind of missed most of it already. You would have had to scalp the pivot. But the hourly could be a catalyst for a longer term reversal here. But the hourly is like the only thing that looks good. The 4 hour, like Keytoy mentioned, has a bull div here. So very nice bull div on the 4 hour. This could lead to another Bart. So we could see another Bart back up. So, the actual target for this bull div would be 89.50, the top of this accumulation. So if this pops up, that would be your target. No, our pivot script is based on bars closing. So as soon as the bar closes, it puts the pivot in and it does not change. It is impossible for the candle to change the pivot. The pivot can turn on and off during the candle, but once the candle closes, it cannot change. We have done that on all of our indicators. All of our indicators are coded so that they cannot change any of their signals or whatever you want to call them, any of their shading, any of the background coloring. It cannot change it. It's impossible. Unless there's some kind of bug in Pine script, it cannot be changed. Because the way that we write the logic, I can't give away too much, but the way that it's written, it can't change. It's not possible to change. Yeah, I haven't been looking at altcoins lately, man. ETH BTC's on a strong uptrend. Doesn't look too bad. Massive bear div coming in, though, so you could short ETH BTC here. It does have a pretty strong bear div. The short would lead you down to like 20.95. I don't even know if that's worth it. How big of a move is that? Yeah, it's only about a 1.5% move. It could lead to a bigger failure, but not a crazy opportunity there.
ETHUSD, the only thing bullish on it's inside the daily Kumo, possible Kumo twist coming up as well.
You have this really nice uptrend too. You kind of have like an ascending triangle. But I don't trade horizontals. Hey, Tally with the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that, man. Welcome to the Brew Crew. Appreciate the sub. Thatica, I think that's how you say your name. Appreciate the follow, man. 20 minutes ago. Missed that. Before it was the Beaksy scam exchange. Yeah, what's funny is look at how many influencers on crypto Twitter got looped into that Beaksy shit. A lot of people were shilling Beaksy pretty hard. If we join your Discord, do we get access? No, so the indicators are not a part of the Discord. You get a discount on the indicators. We didn't want to make them a part of the Discord because we don't want to force people to buy the Discord to get the indicators. So everything is a la carte. So all of our products are you just pay for that product that you want. So we don't force you to pay a ridiculous amount of money for things that you don't want. But yeah, so if you join the Discord, you get a 10% discount on all of our products. We also do flash sales, which we did one recently, so we're not going to be doing another flash sale until Black Friday. But Black Friday is going to be a pretty major sale on our stuff. Our Discord price is most likely going to rise before Black Friday comes, though. We only have like 7 slots left, I believe, until we hit our price cap, because we have a 50 member cap until we lock it down for a little bit and then raise the price. So we have, I think, like less than 10 slots left, not including trials, and we currently have like about 5 to 10 people trialing right now. So if they upgrade, we're going to hit our cap, and then we're going to raise the price before Black Friday. But we do have major deals coming out around Black Friday, as does pretty much every business. For you guys who don't know, Black Friday is towards the end of November. I think it's like the last week of November.
And there's, I don't know, what, 3 or 4 scripts that are free for
oh yeah,
Discord
so I did forget about that. We do have 5 scripts currently right now that are free to Discord members. We have I can show you them real quick. The 3-day VWAP one that I use every single day. Oh, let me hide my other indicators, make it clear. This is the 3-day VWAP. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a 3-day VWAP with standard deviation bands, and then price levels for the 3-day VWAP. Nothing too crazy, so that's why it's one of our free indicators. Still very powerful, though. I took a short yesterday based off the 3-day VWAP and damn near short of the top. And I took profit for a nice little 1.5% gain. We also have, let me see, invite-only scripts. The correlated matrix, or sorry, not that. Yeah, correlated markets, create a strat. Where is the other one? The improved CCI with momentum oscillator. Here, I can just pull these up on the chart so you can see them. And then we have the Oasis Trading Suite Lite. So this one is for correlated markets. If you like trading like forex or even crypto, like if you like comparing different charts together, this lets you compare 5 different assets at the same exact time, and it shows you if they're heavily correlated or they're not correlated at all. This one right here is a CCI indicator that is improved with a momentum oscillator in the middle of it. So that is for trading kind of like long-term and short-term CCI values. And then 3-day VWAP, as I showed you. The Oasis Trading Suite Lite is just the Oasis Trading Suite candle coloring. So to determine an uptrend or a downtrend, that indicator is free, which is currently coloring my candles. So the thing that colors my candles white or black and gray, that's the Oasis Trading Suite Lite. Those are all of our free indicators. And then obviously you get the Discord. We got a bunch of different alert channels that are going to be ready by the end of the week. They were ready before, but a massive TradingView bug broke all of our alerts, so I have to redo them. But once those are ready, those come with Discord. We also have a crypto coin scanner that scans every coin on Binance and gives you bottom forming alerts, breakout alerts, yada yada. We obviously post all of our trades, so me and Sticky post our trades. We post equity trades, crypto trades, yada yada. We got a lot of shit, man. We got a lot of shit. Did you backtest your indicators? Yeah, they've been backtested for years, man. Except for the Oasis Trading Suite, which is pretty new. The other indicators have all been backtested very heavily. The Oasis Trading Suite has also been backtested, but not in its final form. So like the pivots are pretty new, and some of the different things involved are pretty new, but it's a combination of many different techniques, and a lot of those techniques have been backtested. We don't have any set in stone results because they're not automated. None of our indicators are like automated trading indicators. They're not like buy here, sell here. You still have to do your own analysis. You still have to find like entries and exits. So we don't have results to say like, here's a buy signal, here's a sell signal. You said something last week about Twitch streamers. So basically, Dope's courses are copied from someone else. Yeah, I don't talk about that guy on stream anymore, but we've talked about him a lot back in the day. I don't really want to go into it, but he's not a very reputable... He doesn't have a good reputation, let's just say that. How did I not know about the correlated? Yeah, Keytoy, you should have access to it. If you don't, just message me and I'll make sure you got it. If anybody's in here is in the Discord and you guys don't have access to the free indicators, just make sure to send me a message because I'm pretty sure I have everybody on there, but I might have missed a few of you. We currently have our trial still going too, guys. If you guys are still iffy about joining the Discord, you still don't know, we do a trial where you pay $50, you get 1 month trial, and then anytime during the trial or at the end of the trial, if you want to upgrade to the full version of the Discord, or just upgrade for the Discord, because it is a full version, the trial is a full version. But if you want to upgrade for the one-time payment, we take your $50 off the one-time payment. So it's basically like you're getting a trial for free. So if you guys ever want to try it out, just go to any page on our website, hang out on the page for like 20, 30 seconds. It will have a pop-up come up with a trial, and then you can sign up to it. Looks like Bitcoin's getting ready to fall down again. You failed this pivot. You're still failing the 72 moving average. Momo's kind of turning bearish here. Not fully bearish just yet, but definitely getting there. You are failing the 15-minute trail currently as well. Let's take a look at the raindrops on a short-term time frame. Yeah, raindrops are also looking pretty bearish. If we do fall down pretty heavily, you do have some pretty big liquidity around 85. So watch out for 85 to hold. Got about 40 million towards 85. No, raindrops are volume-weighted candles. It's a proprietary candle provided by TrendSpider. It's a VWAP weighted candle, so it has two different sides to it, and then each side has a VWAP, and it creates kind of a volume profile of individual candles. So think of every single candle here as a volume profile. That's basically what it's doing. Very, very interesting candles. They're only on TrendSpider though. You gotta have a TrendSpider subscription to check them out. If you haven't already, watch my TrendSpider videos on YouTube. I do a whole walkthrough of TrendSpider, and I also have a discount code on my YouTube as well for TrendSpider if you wanted to try them out. Until Mike, nobody talked about VWAP. Who's Mike? Yeah, that's completely false, man. That's extremely, extremely false. If that is what they claim, if they claim that they're kind of the first guys to talk about VWAP, that's... Oof. VWAP is probably the most institutionally used indicator of all indicators. It has been used for decades in equities, forex, futures, crypto. VWAP is the most institutionally and professionally used indicator in trading. So if any person claims that they're like the guru of VWAP, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. To his view bots. Hockey. Hockey, hockey, hockey. That's funny, man. Somebody's claiming they're the guru of VWAP. That's fucking hilarious. Ugh. That's like somebody saying, oh, they only use Bollinger Bands because I use Bollinger Bands. No, I think they use Bollinger Bands because it's one of the most fucking used indicators in the world. And John Bollinger is a fucking genius. Double Bollinger Band is better. Yeah, I've used double Bollinger Band. I've used Bollinger Band with Keltner. I've used a lot of different techniques. The main reason I don't use Bollinger Band on my charts anymore is just messy. It's just messy. My current techniques that I use don't require Bollinger Bands. The only thing close to Bollinger Bands that I use is a very similar technique on VWAP. So it's kind of like a Bollinger Band on a VWAP. Bollinger Bands are still like my top 3, one of my favorite indicators. When it comes to like very simple, but well-known, well-used, widely used indicators, Bollinger Bands are definitely one of the best. Something that I like doing, I can show you here. That looks really good when using Bollinger Bands. This is what Ace of Spades does. So if you guys know Ace, he likes doing this. It makes Bollinger Bands a lot more eye appealing. So if you turn off the upper and lower line, you can even turn off the midline if you want to. And then just use the shading of the Bollinger Band. I used to do this on stream a lot. This is a very, very good way to use Bollinger Bands. What this method does is it kind of helps you not be a buyer when it's like below the lower band and not be a seller, or sorry, vice versa. Not be a buyer when it's above the upper band and not be a seller when it's below the lower band. It kind of helps you determine where that area that you want to be trading is. Like it would have told you don't sell this down here. You don't want to be selling this. It would have told you don't want to be buying this. This is a very good way to use Bollinger Bands. And it's not very messy either. Like I could throw my other indicators on here, and it's not very messy at all. It kind of just blends right into my chart. Price action based on Doji seems to suit you best. Yeah, Doji, that's always been the heart of my trading, is using price action with Dojis. Yeah, if you're new to trading and you really want to get involved in indicators, I highly recommend starting with like Bollinger Bands. You could throw on like a MACD or an RSI, but you need to understand how to trade those indicators properly. Like many people, RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, they're probably the top 3 most used indicators in the world when it comes to like retail traders. Like retail wise, like traders that are just kind of trading as a hobby, I guess. Those are probably the most used indicators. But if you look at how many of those traders actually use them properly, it's probably very small. It's probably like less than 5 or 10%. So make sure you like read up on them, really use them the way they were designed to be used. I have videos on YouTube talking about like the most common mistakes people make when trading those indicators. And that goes over kind of what people are doing wrong. But alright guys, I'm going to start calling stream. I got a lot of shit to do. Let me take a look at this for you, man. Yeah, you can't really trade stuff like that, man. That's just scammy kind of extremely high volatile moves that come out of nowhere. There's no real trading in scenarios like that. Unless you're like watching it on a 1-minute chart. And then you better hope that you don't have overload. So, just candles like that are just... They're scammy. Not much you can do. There's just certain things in trading that just are not tradable. This is how it is. Shit happens that you can't predict, you can't deal with. But alright guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys being here. I will be streaming tomorrow around the same time, 3:30, 4 p.m. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in Discord or let me know on Twitter. I'll get to them. I think that's it. I'll be posting another video probably not today, but probably tomorrow. So I still have, I think, 3 or 4 videos left to post. And then... probably later this week we'll do some more videos. We'll probably do one on like Fibonacci, like bull flag, bear flag techniques. What else were we gonna do? We were gonna do order flow, but I'm gonna wait till I chat with the ExoCharts guy, and then we'll probably push it out a little bit farther. But yeah, that's the plans for this week. Nothing too crazy. I'll check. I'll see if I can come up with some other videos to do this week, but we've pretty much covered all the major stuff on the channel already. Yeah, Fibonacci's gonna be a big one. We'll do Fibonacci for sure. So remind me later this week if I forget. We'll probably do it like Thursday or Friday. But yeah, guys, I'll talk to you guys on stream tomorrow around the same time. If anything happens, I'll let you guys know on Twitter. But alright, you guys have a good night. Peace out.